In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One warm summer day, the friends settled on the lawn beside their house to lounge in the wonderful rays of the paper sun.
Ari, what are you reading?
Knock, I'm reading a very entertaining detective story.
Detective? That sure does sound like something yummy.
Oh, Knock, I think you might just be a little hungry.
Yep, Ari. I wouldn't mind a snack or two. Just look at how ripe these cherries are. Ari, I think you're gonna have to help me.
But paper mooses don't climb trees.
Though paper mooses can definitely bring a ladder.
Well, what, did paper woodpeckers forget how to fly? As a matter of fact, what cherries are we talking about?
Pop my paper eyes out! It can't be true!
But it was. Or more specifically, it wasn't. All the cherries had disappeared.
Okay, let's think rationally. There were cherries, yes. Now they're gone, yes. Therefore, they have... What? Ari, are you listening to me?
They were, but now they're gone for good. Sorry, Knock, but this detective's already on the case.
Already on the case? How did he do that?
He took fingerprints, found the traces, and examined the witnesses.
But Knock wasn't listening to what Ari was saying. He was imagining himself as the greatest detective ever.
Looking at the clues, a whole gang of robbers operated here.
Knock, these are our own tracks.
Our own? But there aren't anyone else's footprints. Ari, I'm in despair.
Well, that's not gonna help anything. Try asking some witnesses. Maybe someone saw something.
At that moment, the friends saw a lizard who was lounging in the sun nearby, and Knock rushed to examine the witness.
Excuse me, Mr. Lizard. I'd like to take a moment of your time to ask some questions.
But apparently the witness wasn't going to answer any questions.
Please stop. Don't run. Freeze!
The witness had disappeared, but then Knock caught a glimpse of another lizard. Maybe this one knew something.
Excuse me, may I ask you, are they all conspiring or what?
Knock met a few more lizards, but all of them disappeared without a trace. The investigation was at risk.
Hurry, nothing's worked out. I failed to examine a single witness. And one more thing, our forest is crawling with multicolored lizards. Ari, maybe I've been overheated in the sun.
What did you say? Multicolored? Well, of course. It's all as simple as a piece of paper. See, there was only one single lizard who could change colors, and his name is Chameleon.
But these chameleons couldn't have stolen our cherries. There's no traces of them under the tree.
This is elementary, Knock. Chameleons' tongues are so long that they can pick up berries from any distance.
Hooray! How paperific! The crime of the century's been solved!
To make up a chameleon-like tongue, take a strip of paper, fold it, and glue the seam properly. That's it. Roll the tongue up and fix it with an elastic and leave it for a couple of hours. Very good. Then remove the elastic and the chameleon's tongue is ready. Fortunately, another cherry tree was growing on the lawn, and the chameleon's tongue came in handy at the right moment. And the chameleon himself stopped running around to happily participate in the harvesting. And this is how our detective story, Paper Flea, ended. We'll see you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One day, when our friends were sitting there enjoying a lovely ink tea, a super heavy rain began to pour all of a sudden.
Ah! What should we do? Our paper clothes are drying outdoors.
Aristotle and Knock Knock hurried to save their clothes from the rain, and did so just in time.
We gotta shut the door, Ari! Quick!
Knock, are you really that afraid of thunder?
No, Ari, but some stranger could get into our house.
But Knock, strangers don't rove around getting into someone else's house when it's raining so heavy.
Ah! He's already here!
Who?
The stranger! These are his tracks!
Traces indeed. They lead from the outside. Hello, valued stranger. Where are you?
He's hiding from us!
Well, the traces lead right to the closet. Maybe he's hiding in the closet. Aha! I gotcha!
We're gonna track you down, stranger! Here you are, stranger! No, not here. Come on out right now! Oh, not here either. Where are you hiding?
Look, Knock, there's a lot more traces now.
Uh-oh!
The traces are getting more and more, but we can't find the stranger anywhere. What's it supposed to mean?
Ari, it means this is an invisible creature, or a seeing creature. Either way, come on out right now. We're gonna find you. Invisible creature, where are you?
Well, Knock, maybe he's already gone.
Right, Ari. He's gone through the window, and he's hiding outside. Stop! You can't get away from me! Hooray! Invisible being, where are you? Where are you hiding? Hey!
It's worth knowing that paper woodpeckers absolutely can't fly with their wings soaked. Every wing beat takes them closer and closer to the ground.
Who's there?
It's me, Knock!
Come in, my friend.
Ari, I didn't catch the invisible. I don't know where he's gone. It's so unpaperful.
I'll have to think this over in a paperful way.
Maybe you know already that whenever Aristotle pondered on a problem, he always played his double bass.
Knock, I think I got it. There's no invisible being around here. These are actually our tracks.
But I don't understand why they're appearing today.
Because, Knock, it's raining outside today. And there's no doormat anywhere near our door.
Well, let's make one up as quick as we can.
Sure, Knock.
Hooray! How paperful!
So, let's take 2 colored pieces of paper and cut them into thin strips without getting all the way to the edge. That's it. Very good. Now, unfold one sheet crosswise and start braiding it into the other. That's right. The strip should be above and below, forming a checkerboard. Amazing.
Our doormat is finally ready.
Great! Now wiping my feet before coming in is one of my favorite things.
It's mine too, Knock.
In this way, our story folded up in a very paperful way. And it goes without saying, from then on, the Invisible Man didn't call into the friend's house. Needless to say. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One fine picture postcard morning, the friends were enjoying their usual morning exercises.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, now let's move to the marching spot.
1, 2, 3. Ari, hey! Could you not stamp your feet so hard?
Okay, Knock.
Oh, sorry, stop stamping right now. The earth is shaking.
But I'm not, Knock.
Well, then why is the earth shaking?
Knock, I think this is an earthquake.
An earthquake? But, Ari, where do they come from?
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Meanwhile, their old acquaintance Southwest Wind was blowing past their house. He said that far, far away, behind the Paper River, the earth was shaking much worse.
Well, we're going to head past the Paper River because we've got to find out where these awful earthquakes come from.
Hooray! A paperific idea! Go ahead, wide open to the earthquakes! Ari, but what if this is really like someone else stamping? Like an enormous giant? Who stamps their enormous feet? What would we do then?
Giants are very well-mannered beings. We'll just ask them to stop.
But what if they won't listen to us?
Then we'll just say, please.
Please!
Knock, we have reinforcements.
Kay the Jay was very thankful that Aristotle had saved her nestlings. And she related to the friends that over there behind the Paper Mountains, the earth was shaking even worse.
Okay, let's go then towards the Paper Mountains.
Hey, Ari! It looks like the earth just ends here.
Are you sure, Knock? Maybe it starts from here.
Ari, hold on! Ari!
Thus, Ari fell down into the abyss. But luckily, his friends knew how to fly.
Paperful! Where are we?
Perhaps beyond the earth's edge.
This is not paper.
Ari, watch out! It's another earthquake!
This is odd, 'cause it sounds like an earthquake, but we can't see it. I need to think it over paperfully. I got it! It seems like earthquakes are made by this big column. If the column doesn't rise and fall, then it seems like there would be no earthquakes.
How paperful!
Take a piece of paper and cut it into strips, like this. Now, glue the strips into one long strip. Very good. Now, fold this long strip into bellows and shove it under the foot of a table that's shaking. And you're ready.
Now our table has all 4 feet on the floor, and no earthquakes can happen. Let's see if it works. All is ready. Now we have to get out of here somehow.
Heave! Ho! Heave! Ho!
Be careful!
Heave!
The animals and birds burst out thanking our heroes, for they had saved the world from earthquakes. Though, to us, it could look as if they had just put a piece of paper under the foot of a shaking table. But believe me, for the Paperland inhabitants, it was 100% an adventure. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. Once upon a time, our friends made up their mind to set a world record in sailing.
Well, we'll finish our journey in 3 days,
I hope we will.
thus setting a new world record.
Well, we'll try to...
We'll be champions!
Well, I definitely can't eliminate such a possibility.
Let's go!
The inhabitants of the paper surroundings gathered on the shore to say goodbye to the desperados.
Raise the anchor! Cast off! Full speed!
So the first day of the journey began.
Knock! 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 The storm is on the starboard side. Phew! I guess we're saved. Drop the anchor.
But Ari, there is no anchor.
What is there then? This is not paperful. Ah! Ah!
The second day of the journey began.
Well, my friend, I've got some good news for you. It seems like if we keep steering this course, the odds are that we will set a record.
Shh! I got a bite.
What's happening?
It was the third day of traveling, and though all that was left of the ship was a small sail and board, Knock had no doubt that victory was in their pocket.
Land in view! We're a whisker from the target.
Well, we're right on time. I just pray that the wind keeps blowing.
It was a couple of yards before the finish line, when suddenly the wind failed.
Oh no! This is no good! Why did we stop?
The wind said goodbye.
What is it? How can that be? Oh no! We must make the new world record! We have to set this paper-fying record! Ari, please, come on! Think of something paperful, quick!
I got it! We'll make the wind ourselves. To do it, you just need a common, ordinary fan.
This one's very easy to make. Just take a piece of paper and fold it into bellows. That's it. Tie a ribbon in a knot from the bottom. Your fan is ready. Ari's idea paid perfectly. In a few seconds, the friends moored ashore. The record was set. So this story paperfully ended. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One hot summer day, Aristotle and Knock Knock were sitting on the lawn in front of their home and drinking flavored ink tea.
Knock Knock, isn't the weather just picture postcard sunny today?
Yup, Ari. It's so hot, I would even drink some iced tea.
Iced tea? A paperific idea. Knock, will you please stop tickling my leg?
The friends took a look under the table and saw a little ivy had sprung up right under the tea table, tickling Aristotle's feet.
Ari, what a bothersome plant!
Yes, Knock, I would have to agree with you.
Well, then let's just drink some tea at home.
I think, Knock, that today we can live without tea.
Ari, we've got gate crashers!
I've never seen such a visit-loving plant.
But right at this moment, a messenger pigeon brought Aristotle a fresh newspaper.
Wow, fresh off the press. Excuse me, Knock, but I have to read this right away. Paper mooses can't live without fresh news. Cloudless hot weather over the paper forest. Nope, that's not what I need. Okay, here's my most beloved section, Mary Gardner's Corner.
Yep, that's my favorite section too! Ah!
If you didn't know it, Aristotle and Knock Knock are immensely inquisitive.
Interesting. It seems that plants are different. Some love being in shadow, others don't.
Ari, I can't breathe!
You can't breathe? Okay, Knock, I'll just open the window.
Ari, no! Help!
Oh, you mean this? Oh, Knock Knock. I think I know what's the matter. Let's go outside.
Ari, wait! I'm going with you! I hope the visit-loving plant is not there.
Well, Knock Knock, outside there's sun and no shadow. So look at our guest now. This is not a visit-loving plant, but a shadow-loving plant. While we were busy shifting the table around, the plant was following the shadow cast by the table, and so it crawled into our house. It needed protection from the sun.
The ivy sheltered itself in the house shyly and had no intention of crawling outside.
How long does this plant plan to stay with us?
Wait, Knock. Give me some time to think.
Whenever Aristotle pondered on a problem, he played his double bass.
I think the plant will keep hiding in our home until we make a sunshade for it.
Hooray! How paperful!
Take a few colored pieces of paper and cut some semicircles out of them. There it is. Now, fold the parts in two. Very good. Apply glue onto the pieces and glue them together to make up a shade. Now, stick a toothpick handle onto the shade. Your sunshade is ready.
It turned out so paperful!
Thus, Aristotle and Knock Knock didn't let the little shadow-loving ivy dry out.
And this umbrella is for us. Now we can drink tea in even the most sunny weather.
And in this way, our story paperfully folded up. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. Once upon a time, our friends came to the decision to invite all their mates and put up a true paper-fying party for them.
Ari, I'm so worried.
Sure, Knock. It's not surprising that you're worried since you've called in so many guests.
Knock Knock didn't throw parties too often, and that's why he wanted the fest to be extraordinary and memorable to everyone.
Well, what's troubling you, Knock? We've cooked up the treats, placed all the chairs around, set the table.
I think, Ari, we forgot something. Maybe it's the paper leaf salad.
No, Knock. That one we made up already.
Wait, I know it. We haven't made up the paper ice cream yet.
No, Knock. We've got the paper ice cream ready, too.
We've forgotten something.
Knock, maybe I know the answer. We forgot about decorations. Let's make some festoons out of pennants and decorate our party with those.
A paperific idea, Ari. You're a genius.
Oh, come on, Knock. I'm just your average paper moose.
Aristotle and Knock Knock were working at high pressure, and very soon, the pennon festoon was ready.
Ari, maybe cutting these into triangles would look better.
Well, Knock, if you want to, let's remodel them.
Ari, it seems to me that square flags looked smarter.
All right, Knock, let's remodel them once again.
This time, the flags appeared to be so tiny that they could hardly be seen at all.
Oh, Ari, all is lost. I'll just cancel the party.
Knock, Knock, don't get upset. Let's make up paper cups for every guest, and we'll decorate them with paper stars.
Paper cups with paper stars? This is gonna be paperful.
But it turned out that the cups were too small, and the stars for them too big.
Ari, again, it's no good.
Look, Knock, let's decorate our home with paper candles. I think that would look beautiful.
A paperific idea. Ready.
You know, Knock, this is very beautiful, but some of the candles are too long.
Well, I'll just paper it over.
Don't worry, Knock. I'll supply more paper right away. I'm sorry, Knock. We've run out of colored paper.
Ah! Oh no, it's ruined.
I have to figure it out in a paperful way. Of course! This is real confetti. We'll use this and have an amazing party.
Confetti! Hooray! Oh, what a postcard idea!
Making up confetti is very easy. Take a bright, multicolored piece of paper and cut it into narrow strips. That's it. Very good. Now cut small rectangles or squares from the strips. Your confetti is ready. The best materials for this are some colored paper trimmings left over from our other crafts. The guests were left incredibly happy, and Aristotle and Knock Knock were overjoyed because this party, indubitably, turned out to be the most colorful and festive, just like they wanted. And that is how this story, Paperfully Folded Up. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One hot, crispy summer day, a drought came to the forest. Trees, bushes, and weeds were sizzling.
You know, Knock, when I told you that I loved summer, I actually meant something else.
It seems that the heat is in love with Paper Forest, and it has no intentions on going away.
The trees are drying out without water. We'll need it to rain quickly.
It just so happened that a huge rain cloud was hanging in the sky above the paper surroundings, but seemingly it wasn't going to spill any water on the sizzling ground.
Come on, pour! Spill out something! I said make it rain! Ari, the gigantic cloud is hanging in the sky. It's just hanging there and doesn't want to pour any rain. What should we do, Ari?
Knock, I think I know why it isn't raining. It would be if the cloud would burst into tears, but I think the cloud's feeling too good. I think, Knock, I have a perfect plan.
And so the friends went home.
Ari, if the clouds don't cry, all the plants will simply dry out, and that is not very paperful.
I absolutely agree with you, my friend. This is not paperful, though I have a paperful idea.
Is your idea gonna make the cloud cry?
Sure, because we're in desperate need of rain.
And Aristotle shared his paperific idea with Knock.
From now on, we're not Knock Knock and Aristotle, but real live ghosts that give the shivers to everyone around.
Boo! Do you hear me? I'm a ghost. Be scared. Oh, come on, be scared. Boo!
Boo!
Ari, it's not getting scared. It looks like it's too brave.
Don't panic, Knock. If fear doesn't work on it, then laughter will surely drive it to tears.
How paperful, Ari! Now, we're gonna crack it up!
Well, we're not too good at being clowns either, I guess.
It's just that this cloud is so gloomy and has no sense of humor at all.
I have to give it a paperful thought. I figured it out. Knock, we need to do exactly the thing that makes everyone cry all the time, whether you're happy or sad.
Well, what is it, Ari?
It's an onion. This will make anybody cry anytime.
Hooray! Oh, how paperful!
Cut a few similar strips out of yellow and orange colored paper. Now, cut out a small circle. Lay the colorful strips so they make up the sun and glue the paper circle to its center. Now, add 2 long green strips. Make holes along the strip's edges and tie them together with a thread. Your onion is ready.
It's finally raining, and it's time for us to move on or we're gonna get soaked.
How right you are, my friend.
Sometimes you can't do it on the first try, and not even on the second. But don't lose your heart or your wit, and everything will surely work out, just like it does at all times and in all places. And it doesn't matter at all where you live, in a paper surrounding or a not-so-paper one. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One fine summer morning, our friends were drinking flavorful ink tea.
My favorite tea with paper lemons. Ugh!
Tea with lemon? It's just like... Blah! Not like this. This tea is salty.
Right, someone salted our tea.
Who is it, Ari?
Maybe it's because of the kettle.
Aristotle tasted the water in the kettle he'd taken himself from the lake this morning. The water was salty.
Knock! The water tastes salty.
Ari, who did that?
And why? We need to find out. Well, Knock Knock, I think it's your turn to taste this time.
Ari, the water is the same salty water here as well.
That's strange. Who could have oversalted the lake? I should go to try and take some water further from the shore. Maybe it's not so salty over there.
But instead of water, a fish appeared in the bucket.
Wow, Knock Knock, take a look. Here's a fish.
Nice catch, Ari. But we're not here to find fish, but to find someone who salted the water. Ah, look! What a miracle! Ari, water is appearing in the bucket all on its own.
This isn't water, my friend, but tears. Our fish is crying.
Crying? Oh, poor fish. Let's set it free.
But we can't, because its tears made the lake water so salty. How didn't we figure this out ourselves?
Aha! That's what's wrong. Well, let's take the fish home with us.
So the friends took the fish home. But it wouldn't stop crying, and its salty tears started pouring out over the aquarium edges.
Oh boy! Ari, come on! Grab a bucket before the fish has drowned our home in its tears!
I don't think this'll help for too long. Excuse me, Mr. Fish. What's making you cry so much?
Hey, fish! Why are you crying? Why? Come on, tell us!
But the fish did not respond. As everyone knows, fish don't talk. However, Aristotle was not going to give up trying.
Knock, I need to take a good paperful thought.
To each their own. But whenever Aristotle pondered on a problem, he played his double bass.
Knock, I think I figured it out. The fish will probably tell us or show us why it's crying.
But how, Ari?
With the help of the ABC festoon.
Take several sheets of colored paper and draw all the letters of the alphabet on them, from A to Z. That's it. Now, cut the letters out carefully. Very good. Make holes in each of the letters and pass a thick thread through them. Perfect. Your festoon is ready.
Ari, are you going to decorate the fish tank?
Now, we can ask the fish questions, and it'll be able to answer them. Look, hey, little fish, why are you crying? I, H,
H? What is it? Oh, it loves someone, but someone let it down.
Wait, Knock, it's not through yet. Go on, A, D, it's I had now. N, O, F, R, I, E, N. You had no friends.
It turned out that the fish used to cry because it had no friends.
Hooray! Now we've made friends with a talking fish. Oh, hey, Ari, the fish wants to tell us something again.
The fish began to point out letters again with its nose, and when the friends joined them together into words, they understood that the fish said to them, "Thank you very much, Aristotle and Knock Knock." And that is how this story, paperfully folded up. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One warm, paper-esque day in the fall, the friends found out that a record harvest of carrots had matured in their kitchen garden, and Knock hurried happily to collect it.
Oh, such a paperful carrot harvest! Strange. Where has it gone? Oh, I see now. It's whoops-a-daisy. Good boy. Nice work, Bunny Cat. Eat a carrot. You deserve one. You want some more? What else can you do?
You know, Knock Knock, this could become a real circus performance.
A circus performance?
Yup, Knock Knock. You could be an animal trainer, and I could be giving announcements and playing double bass backup.
The friends loved this idea so much that they started to prepare for a performance right away.
I think, my friend, we have prepared ourselves perfectly.
Ari, I think this is gonna be the paperest show of all that's ever been held in the forest.
Dear friends, and now, in the spotlight, is Knock Knock, the animal trainer, and his performing bunny cat.
So, let's start the show. Hey, pass!
It looked like the show had started out not in the way it had been planned, because during the rehearsal, the paper bunny cat had eaten too many carrots, and that's why it turned out so different from any performances of any kind.
Hey, catch! Hey, catch! Catch! Oh, Ari, tell me what to do!
Has something gone wrong?
Gone wrong? It didn't move at all! It's lying there and doesn't want to move a finger or paw!
Don't rush, Knock. We have to think it over paperfully. Knock! I think I got it.
Ari, why have you brought me a mirror? What am I supposed to do with that?
You'll do the show, of course. Because our event poster says you tamed the bunny cat, so you'll have a tamed bunny cat. But not a paper one, but rather a sunlight bunny.
A sunlight bunny? Hooray! Oh, this is the most paperful idea of all your paperful ideas, Ari!
So let's make a mirror. We'll need cardboard, a piece of paper, a piece of foil, glue, and scissors. Fold the paper in two and outline the shape of a mirror on it. Cut the mirror template out and trace it onto a cardboard sheet. Now, cut that out. Glue the cardboard base onto the foil sheet and cut the excessive foil. Your mirror is ready. Now you can decorate it with beads or colorful buttons.
My dear old friends, and now, please welcome the celebrated animal trainer Knock Knock and his performing sunlight bunny. Take it away, my friend.
So this story paperfully folded up. Today, the friends made sure once again that all things around us harbor wonderful opportunities, and you just need to spy them out. And if you do, then each day will be giving you a new paper-fying adventure. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One day, the friends went off for a morning run because nothing makes you feel better than paper sports, or so they thought.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, there's nothing as good as a paperful run through the forest.
For sure! And a good run with a best friend is twice as paperful.
I'll definitely agree with you there, Knock Knock.
Aristotle was so into the running, he didn't notice a snail that was leisurely crawling across the road.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice you there.
The snail just let out a sorrowful sigh and went on.
Knock, I think we met a very sad snail. We need to find out why it's so sad.
Maybe it's so sad because you hit it with your leg when you tripped and hurt it.
Oh, this is so unpaperful. I'll have to catch it and apologize one more time.
But there was no need to try and catch the snail. It was crawling very, very slowly. So slow that all this time, it was still in the exact same spot.
Excuse me, Mr. Snail, but please tell me, why are you so melancholy? Is it because I accidentally hurt you with my leg?
Twice.
Twice.
The snail told Aristotle and Knock Knock that it was always late because of its dreadful snailishness. So dreadful that it repeatedly missed its friends' birthday parties. And this is so unpaperful.
Very unpaperful, Knock. We have to help the snail by any means necessary.
But how, Ari?
We'll make her do exercises and teach her how to run fast.
Hooray! Oh, a perfect idea, Ari. Let's start the training.
Here we go, right to the practice ground.
The friends suggested that the snail would exercise together with them, and it happily agreed.
Faster! Higher! Faster! Higher! Faster! Higher!
The snail confessed that it was fond of jumping, but this was in the same place, and it wanted to move faster.
Indeed, we're going nowhere this way.
More specifically, not going, but jumping. And we gotta teach this snail how to run. Ready? Steady? Go! Go for it! Yeah, come on! You can do it!
The snail tried very hard to crawl faster, but it couldn't make it so far.
Faster! Faster! Come on, run! Oh! Wow! This is a much faster way!
You know, Knock, this reminds me of something else, but I can't figure out exactly what.
It looks like a snail. I mean, what else could it be?
Eureka! The snail looks like a wheel, and it can move faster if we make up a few more wheels for it.
Oh, how paperful! We'll build up a car for our snail.
Well, Knock, let's go home and drink some ink tea.
Okay, let's build a car. Pick up a sheet of thick paper and glue it into the shape of a pipe. Now, cut 3 holes with flaps in it. Bend all 3 flaps so they make seats. Cut a steering wheel out of paper and glue it on. Now, cut out 4 equal-sized wheels and stick them to the car using thumbtacks. Your car is ready. The snail thanked Aristotle and Knock Knock because from now on, it could move around really fast and never be late.
Well, Knock, let's go home and drink some ink tea. What do you think?
Not go, but drive. Ho-ho! Here we go!
Woohoo! Yay!
So this story folded up in a very paperful way. Thanks to Aristotle and Knock Knock's invention, the snail wouldn't miss a birthday from then on. And from time to time, it even used to give a ride to those who were going to be late, because helping one another is the way things are done in the paper forest. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One day, Knock came up with an idea to lay out a flower bed in front of their house.
Ari, here I have tulips, here petunias, and this is where paper bellflowers grow. See?
Nope, Knock, I don't. Maybe these are invisible paper bellflowers.
Ari, you don't have a clue about paper botany. Tomorrow morning, this whole bed will be blossoming with flowers.
You've been telling me this for a week already, Knock. What if the flowers never come up?
A weed plant!
First thing in the morning, Knock dashed outside to check on his flower bed.
Hearts and flowers in gardens of ours. Hooray! Ari, come over here quick. Well, what did I tell you? Huh, Ari?
Knock, wasn't I the one who said it?
Knock was in despair. Just a few seconds ago, he'd seen the flowers with his own eyes. Where in the world could they have gone?
But they were there, for sure. Bellflowers were here, horse knops were there.
Of course they were, my friend. Just don't get upset. They were there yesterday, too. Maybe you need a nice cup of paper tea.
Oh, I must find my little flowers.
Maybe someone has stolen them.
Stolen? Of course. A crime of the century. This will not stand. Quake with fear, you thieves!
Knock started the investigation right away. He examined every square inch of the bed and inspected each paper grain of sand.
I can't figure it out. No clue at all. Seems like a cow licked them away.
Knock, Knock. You said a cow?
Knock didn't know how close he was to unveiling the secret. To be honest, it wasn't a cow that had licked away his flowers, but a calf. His name was Albert. He had run away from his mom and stumbled upon Knock's flower bed. The friends led Albert back to his mother, the cow Carolina. Carolina was very happy.
Knock! Knock! Oh, here you are. What are you doing here?
I'm going to sleep, Ari.
Sleep? Right here?
Well, of course here, Ari. I can't leave my flower bed. What if Albert runs away from his mother, Carolina the cow, and eats all the flowers again?
But you can't possibly guard them all the time.
Of course I can, Ari.
Ari realized that he couldn't change Knock's mind, so he had to think something up quickly.
What could we invent to fence your bellflowers? Bellflowers. Bells! Of course, little bells. I should have guessed it before. I should have known. So Albert won't run away from his mom again. We'll present him with a little bell to hang on his neck.
Hooray! What a paperific idea!
You will need a paper cup, a large bead, and a piece of string. Pierce a small hole in the bottom of the paper cup. That's right. Now insert the piece of string inside. Glue a paper strip to the bell to hang it on the neck. Great! Now your bell is ready. Aristotle's idea worked perfectly. Now Carolina the cow was always aware of where her baby calf was, and Knock would be alerted if Albert was getting too close to his bed.
Ah, it seems that our guests are near.
So Knock was happy that he had grown beautiful flowers. Ari, that he had helped his friend. Carolina the cow, that her calf wasn't getting lost anymore. And Albert the calf, that he had got his new bell. And that is how this story paperfully ended too. That's it. See you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One quiet evening, Knock and Ari sat playing paper chess.
Bishop to e2. Oh, Knock, how much I love these quiet paper evenings.
Yes, Ari. What else could you wish for to be happy? A chessboard, a best friend, and...
Knock, are you waiting for someone?
It was Kay the Jay standing at the door. Kay was invited to give a concert, but she had no one to take care of her children.
Would you like us to look after your kids for a little while?
Kay promised that she would return quick as a wink.
But we have no experience taking care of little kids. And we're not through with our chess game yet.
But Kay assured the friends that her nestlings would be asleep the whole time.
Well, I hope so. They're not gonna wake up, are they?
Kay twittered that of course they would not.
Looking after children's not that hard at all.
They are so lovely. Knock, I think we can make it. Your turn.
What was that, Ari?
I don't know, Knock. I didn't see anything.
I thought I saw something.
But Knock wasn't mistaken.
Looks like they've got enough sleep already.
Indeed, the kids had already slept enough, so now they wanted to play a bit.
Knock, it seems they want to play. Let's bring out our paper chessboard quick.
Are you sure that this is really what they need?
Well, they said they want to play, and chess is the best game to play in the paper world. It all fits. Okay, kids, who's gonna eat this piece?
Ari, they're eating the pieces. No, stop. That won't do. That's against the rules.
I guess we do need a more paperful game.
Ari, you have to think up something paperful. Remember when you were a kid what you loved the most?
I liked chess most of all.
And what else?
Books about chess,
And what else?
cartoons about chess.
Cartoons? Cartoons? But we don't have a TV set.
Not a problem, Knock. We can make a TV set out of paper.
When the nestlings heard the cartoons, they went silent at once.
And we'll start the show just as soon as everything is ship-shape around here. Hooray! How paperific!
Take a cardboard box and cut out a hole. This will be our screen. That's it. Now, let's make a cartoon on a piece of tape. Let's draw a story on a long paper strip and roll the strip around 2 pencils. Now, insert our tape into the TV set and enjoy the cartoons. Soon, Kay the Jay returned from her concert. The nestlings were sitting still in the perfectly clean room and were watching cartoons. The next day, Kay the Jay dropped by to see Knock and Ari again.
You want us to look after the little angels again?
But this time, Kay just wanted to thank Knock and Ari and give them a little present from her children.
Just look at them. Aren't they sweet?
They sure are, Ari.
Since then, Knock and Ari always called Kay the Jay and her nestlings to come over and watch some paper stories. And now, our story has come to its end. We'll see you next paper time. In one particularly papery land, there lived a moose named Aristotle and a woodpecker named Knock Knock. One day, Aristotle and Knock Knock were going over some old paper books, and they found
The Bird Guidebook. Ari, what's a bird guidebook?
Knock, a bird guidebook is a guide to birds. This is a kind of game book. Here, they collect all the different birds in the papery forest. You're supposed to find the birds in the forest and then check them off in the book so that they're all present and accounted for.
Ari, what are we waiting for? Grab the binoculars and let's go!
Knock Knock and Aristotle didn't hesitate. They packed their backpack and started off right away.
What a paperific place! Let's start here. Jays? Swans? Wood grouses?
Nope.
Hawks? Ostriches?
Knock Knock, nobody's here. It seems they've all flown away somewhere.
That's crazy! Birds aren't supposed to. How can we possibly count them all if they don't sit peacefully on the branches?
My dear friend, maybe we should lure them out somehow.
Ari, you're a genius! We need a bird who will walk on the lawn. Then the other birds will see that there's a bird on the lawn and won't be afraid of us. But how do we get a bird?
Knock, I think I have an idea. Knock Knock, how about this? Do I look like a bird?
Exactly like an ostrich. See? Birds are already coming.
But suddenly, it started to rain.
I didn't know that watching birds was such hard work. We need some more bait. I have an idea. Ari, now you do all the watching. Look at me. I'm a yummy worm. Fly to me, birds. I'm a tasty king-sized worm. Oversized and delicious. Ari, do you have any more ideas in store?
Seems like I need to think in a paperific way.
So the friends decided to have some snacks.
Knock, I think I just figured out a way to watch the birds.
Ari, what do you mean by that?
Knock, we'll make a bird feeder from the paper bag.
Hooray! What a paperific idea!
Take a paper bag from a juice or milk carton. Cut a hole in one of the walls. That's it. Fix a handle on top to hang the feeder by. Decorate the workpiece with some fun drawings and add some food inside. It'll be the bait for the forest birds. And now, you're ready. The paper feeder had attracted all the birds in the papery forest.
Ari, can you believe it? In the bird guidebook, it clearly stated that the best way to watch birds is near the feeders. That's where most of them are.
See how useful it is to know a lot and be skillful?
Yep, Ari, but you see, there's a problem.
What is it, Knock?
One bird is still missing. I can't find it anywhere. It's called a woodpecker.
When was the last time you looked in a mirror, my friend?
Ha, of course.
Aristotle and Knock Knock had found a way to know who inhabited the papery forest. And for you, dear friends, it will be very fruitful to walk around in the nearest park and discover some beautiful birds who live there. Try this, especially because this story has already ended, and very paperfully as usual. We'll see you next paper time.